Hey, how's it going, family? This is Mr. Brown. I wanted to do something a little bit different for reaching my second milestone of 100 miles, 100 subscribers. So I really appreciate that. I'm really excited. I know I'm a small channel, but I don't want to treat it like it's a small channel. I have all these creative ideas that I want to implement. And before I go on, I want to thank all the people who have supported me from the very beginning, especially a lot of my Alliance members, if they're watching. They're a great family, and I really appreciate them. And all the subscribers and all of the supporters that I have, I really appreciate you too. So, what I wanted to do, and I already posted this on the community, for reaching a milestone of 100 subscribers, I wanted to do a review of my three-star heroes in my roster. When I reached 200, I wanted to do the four-star heroes. And then when I reached 300, I wanted to do the legendary heroes. So for today, we're going to start with the dark. So we have Grill here. He's a barbarian class, and this is a hunter's family, right? Yeah, Abyss Hunter family. I haven't really paid attention to all of it. I don't read all of it because sometimes it's so much to read. But I'm gonna bypass all that. I do like his passive that all of these heroes have from this portal, with the Hunter's Mark, which inflicts damage over time, and it's random who it hits. He's very slow, which isn't really a problem. I usually keep him in the wing, and he's best to use as a finisher once the enemy team is weakened. He has a good chance of taking them out. So you see, he does 210% damage to all enemies, and if they have 50% health remaining, he does 315%, which is pretty good for a very slow hero. I actually really like this hero, and also the artwork that is on the card. So this is actually one of my favorite slow heroes from here. And we have Morganite, Sorcerer class, which isn't really one of my favorite. And we have the family bonus, which has a chance to dodge normal attacks and special skills, depending on how many heroes you have from 1 to 3. And also has a chance to counterattack with 60 to 100% of the damage received based on the amount of heroes you have. He doesn't do any direct damage, but he does damage over turn with 80% poison damage, which is very little. And he gives a minus 40% accuracy for 2 turns. I don't ever find myself using anything past a second charge. With the first charge, I think it's 6 tiles. So that'd be very fast. And then I believe with the second charge, is it 9 tiles? And then I think the third charge is 12. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I don't exactly remember. I wasn't a fan of these charge heroes, but they do have their benefits, especially against heroes, not heroes, but enemies who do like they lower your mana generation or they reduce your mana. Because if they've already passed the first charge, they're still able to use it. Plus, those different. I think it's the which I can't remember which event lowers your mana. I know it's one of the ones in the challenge festival that does. So these heroes are great for that. And I think there are only 2 3-star ninjas, which is a shame. And I think for every family, they should have one of each element of the 3-star and the 4 stars. They're so focused on the legendary heroes, which I think Small Giants needs to also cater to the free to play players and the newbies. Okay, so I like this hero. Next, we have Trevo, and we all know about Trevo. I honestly, and I don't think too many people would disagree with me, I think he is the best 3-star hero they've ever made. wizard class, which is an excellent class for him because with the wizard class, he does more damage depending on the amount of buffs the enemies have. I have two of him leveled up. I was even interested in doing three because Treeville is the master of rush attack in the 3 star. And even at a certain point, and I don't know if it's still going on, but with the rush attack wars, he was a premier tank. I've seen it, which was pretty cool. Aside from him and Fayez, I think they were the only two 3 stars that were placed in the wars amongst the legendary heroes. Very slow, but once you get him going, he's devastating with the minus 34% attack, defense, and mana generation for 6 turns. And if he goes off twice, it's pretty much game over. Aderin, and she's a cleric class, which is great for healers, part of the Raven family. And I never paid attention to the family bonus, which I think I need to. You need 2 heroes, so I think the other two that are in this portal is Yon, and she was newly added, kind of like a jester, the 3 star green hero. And then you have Boltuf. Bertolf is sort of, I think he's kind of like second costume for Wilbur, where they increase the, I think it's the normal attack. I think at some point I tried using him for. Anyway, I'm not talking about him right now. So we have 35 to 50% chance to make a cast ailment uncleansable, which I didn't really know about this hero. But then again, when I use her, I usually only use her from this family, the only one. I don't really mix them together. So, oh, okay, that's the name of the portal, I believe, and the event, Clash of Knights. Okay. Um, so we have recovers 32% health for all allies, which is pretty standard for the 3 star. And then I think she's the only hero in 3 star that does this minus 50% decrease for any healing received for 4 turns, which I think is actually pretty useful if you want to debilitate your opponents. Okay, so next we have Tyrone, which unfortunately I don't have the tune version, but once I get it, I'm going to level that up right away. His hit is weak, but his utility is timeless because his standard is a paladin that does the dispel, and we have the rogue which does the cleanse. So both versions are useful. Can't say much about him other than that. He has a superior protect, which you want to place him between you. I mean, he's not going to be formidable for a tank, but the paladin side, I think you can do it because of the superior protect. But if you don't place him there, he's best suited as a flank as well. And then we have this version, which has the superior evade, which same concept. You want to keep him as a flank or the tank. I use him pretty often. Then we have Baltazar, the wizard class, which is fitting for, of course, you already know, they do extra percent damage for enemies that have buffs. And with the superior talent, he has the opportunity to dispel it. I was against using the tunes, but if you have them, level them up because of this passive alone. I typically use this version because I've always been a fan of heroes that poison. Even way back in the Pokemon days. And yes, I did play that. Well, mainly the Pokemon trading game for, what was that, the Game Boy? And I still need to level up this one. I already limit broke him, but I need to bring him up to 55. Let's see here. We have Kochin or Chochin, right? Sorcerer class, which I think is a decent class. We have the Sakura family from season two, between 1 to 5 heroes to increase their mana generation. I think with this portal, they do have one of each element. I know they no, I don't think they have one in blue. Oh yeah, they do. I think in fact they have 6 heroes, if I'm not mistaken. There's one in red. Yellow is Malia. Namahaj is the one in red. Then yellow would be Malia. There's 2 greens that replicating Chameleon and Minusis, and then blue would be the alligator. So wow, they have 6, or maybe they even have more. On Holy Light, and he does. He was a really weird one, and I rarely use him, but obviously I found some relevance in him by God, it escapes my mind. Oh, limit breaking him. I wish that small giants would actually complete this portal by giving because they only did a few costumes. They need to do costumes for the whole portal or none at all. So we have Maeve of the Rogue class, which is a great class. I rarely use her because with this, the Slayers are kind of slow. Although I think they came out and they were pretty good heroes at the time. They only have 2 heroes in the 3-star category. The family bonus set. You know what? I need to start reading these more. But typically, I only use two. There's only 2 heroes, so you only could really get the benefit from the second part, the chance to receive the following stacks at the end of each turn. Which actually, with these stacks all the way up, it actually, I think it starts to bring them to fast, and they're actually pretty good with buff boosting tournaments. So I think I need to start using her more often. I think this is a new passive that was added. Resist damage from status effects. This character has innate resistance against incoming damage from status effects. Yeah, that was. I don't recall them having passives when they first came out. We have Para, which she's from. What is this? I don't remember the name of this portal. There's so many of them. Calvala family. And I believe there's only 2 heroes in the 3-star category from this portal. So we receive minus 10 to 40% less damage from special skills from the opponent that they're weak against. Okay, that's good to know. Rogue class, which is great. They don't normally put rogue classes on healers, but I like it when they do. I barely use this hero, but I do like the mechanics from this portal. All enemies get minus 24% attack for 4 turns, and against holy characters, this status effect becomes uncleansable and lasts 2 turns longer, which is 6 turns. That's a lot. I have to keep that in mind. And like I said, this mechanics right here for the second bullet point is the first time that they added this, which they also, I believe they implemented on the tunes as well. And I can't think of any other heroes that they've done that with. So I saw the value in her, and I believe this is a female. So that's why I added more emblems to her. But I think I ran out of rogue emblems. No, I don't think I did yet. So we have Ed, which I really didn't use him at all. And I noticed that the Darks have a lot of fast snipers. So anyway, let's go back to Ed. He's from God, what's the name of that? I can just go look it up. The Villains family. I I know there's at least one other hero from this one. which again, they need to have one of each element. I don't use him very often, but he does have a neat mechanic. So the target is immune to new status effect buffs for 3 turns. And I think at this point there weren't too many heroes that have done that. And since he's a ranger, which is a good class, he has a chance to bypass offensive buffs. Next is Oberon. I do have his tune version. I forgot that I did. I think he was pretty lackluster when he came out, although I did like him because, of course, as you know, I love heroes that poison. The fact that he's a fighter class makes him great as a tank, and if I add 5 more emblems on him, I think I could do that. I can bring him to Superior Revive, which I probably should do after this video. And then I'm going to work on the tune version when I have an opportunity. I do like him, especially this costume version. I thought it's awesome looking. And the fact that the poison damage is uncleansable. So next we have Aquila. Look at all these dang passives here. I have yet to level up her costume, but I don't think it really does anything different. Just probably the figures are different. I believe she's the first hero that dodges in the 3-star category. And I think it's a little unnecessary to make them a rogue and dodge. I mean, it's kind of double dipping. So we have this passive, which, again, let's see here 50% chance to perform the following actions when this character casts a special skill: 70% damage to all enemies, dispels the latest dispellable buff from all enemies. Okay. I got to keep that in mind. Unless they have a dodge, so they might dodge that passive. And let's see. Extra chance for effects on special skill. When this character casts their special skill, any of their passive skills that grant extra effects on casts have 3 chances to activate. And then we have this other passive is mana on status ailment received. They've been using this passive a little bit more, so I took emblems off of her because I wasn't using her often. But I think once I level up the costume, I might reconsider that. But I think she's a cool hero, and I think this is from season 4. Yeah, and I believe they have. I believe they have a. Yeah, they have a hero of each element in the 3-star category. Budatin. I don't recall them. Oh, there's at least 2 heroes from this in the 3-star category from this portal. Wizard class, which I don't understand why. I love the passives. Well, there's only one, but I love this passive. And I don't use this hero very often. I wish it would have done damage. It would have made this one more useful. So I might remove those emblems. So we have Prishka. I don't really use Prishka at all. Like, not at all. And I had emblems on her, but I stripped her. The costume is... Well, actually, the costume... Where is it? I guess she's taking on... There you go. Not really a fan of the costume. Although I like the fact that she hits 3 enemies. Aside from that, I don't use her. The tune I don't use either. But it's worth leveling up. And then we have the second Trevo, Morris, which I think is a horrible hero, but he does have a little bit of utility. So much bullet points to read. I just don't feel like getting into it. I believe I leveled up the costume. Yeah. Kind of. Someone says he has a punchable face, which is pretty damn funny. You can tell I have no emblems on him, so I don't really use him at all. Wait, let me look at this passive. Duration of the first 3 status elements his character receives from special skills is decreased by 1 turn. I love the season 4 heroes. So we have Bajorn, and I believe I leveled up his costume as well. I don't think I really added emblems to him. If I did, I stripped him. I think he's. I don't want to say he's one of the first heroes to hit multiple heroes, two heroes. It wasn't very popular to do that. I think Dawa was the first to hit two different heroes because normally it's either a sniper, hit three, or hit all. So I find this interesting to have heroes that do that. I probably should put emblems on him. And then we have Jack, which I think is a black hero. Not black, blah hero. Wizard class, which is good, but I don't know if it applies to him. We have this family bonus. And I think there's only one other 3-star hero from the Marlovia family. So you won't really benefit from the three heroes. But 6% mana generation is so low. The thing about him is you could just cleanse that pumpkin bomb before it explodes. And the passive, when this character casts their special skill, they have a 50% chance to steal the newest dispellable buff from a random enemy that has buffs. Okay. I don't. I don't think I'll put emblems on him. And then we have Adwinder from season 3. Yeah. I don't remember if there's a costume for him. I don't think there is. Again, Small Giants, you need to do the whole set. Stop moving on to other heroes. Finish a season first. Go back to season 2 if you're listening and do costumes for all of them. Then move to season 3 and then season 4 and then season 5 and just expand. Because there are some heroes that need the buff from the costumes. I don't think Ranger is a great class for him. He does have a good utility. It sort of reminds me of what's her name? I can't remember. She's from season 1 that has sort of the same mechanics. The cast, actually, no, it's what's his name? The pig. Let's see. Let's go look. I can just go look. Gullenbursty. Yeah. So he's pretty much a 3-star version of Gullenbursty. Both are slow. So I don't use him. He would be good in buff boosting, but that's really about it. I think what's stacked against him is that he's slow. He should be average. Giora, which I thought she was kind of a weak sauce hero. I think she shouldn't be slow, but cleanses status elements. I forget that she does this. And I think the other one dispels buffs, huh? Yeah. I don't use her because she's slow. And that's the only reason why. And she's fugly. All right. And then Guardian Bat, which I think I need to add emblems to him because he's actually pretty good. The He does more damage if he has some of his allies defeated. So I think I will put emblems on him and start using him. Wizard class, which is good. And I don't know about their family bonus. Okay. They affect healing and defense. But I believe he's the only 3-star in this from this family, which again is kind of whack. And then Vlad, which is probably one of the worst 3-star heroes. Even though he's a rogue class, that's the only thing he's got working in his favor. Well, he's very fast, but he doesn't do any direct damage. I think they need to buff this hero and add a little bit of damage, even if it's like, I don't know, 100%. I mean, other than that, you could just cleanse what he does. And then he's ineffective. He's just, terrible. At least give him a costume, guys. Come on. So, and I think they need to buff this hero and her if they ever do any buffs. Okay, well, I think that's it for the 3-star and dark. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next video.